guys, it's Steph. Welcome back to the Cantina. This is my second video of the day, and it's about Rey Palpatine, how stupid that is, and what a backstab fuck you it is to the OT, and how deep is George Lucas actually really involved in Lucasfilm now. So get ready for a good video. And yes, I do drop F-bombs. So anyway, guys, I'm driving, going to pick up my mom-in-law. Decided to kind of do a little conversation while I drive. You guys are coming with me. Anyway, a little more about Rey Palpatine. Now, as we know in Imperial, the Emperor's history, he doesn't like aliens at all. He's not a fan. And you know, that leads into some of his racism, his xenophobia, which I think is pretty much a highlight in old Palpy. So, here's a question about Rey Palpatine then. If that's the case, how does she know Shrewok? Did she have an intergalactic Rosetta Stone? I mean, you know, program? Because And how come, if she's not any relation at all to Han Solo, and don't sit there and try to rationalize, you know who you are, how come Chewie's life debt transferred to her? See, Rey Palpatine doesn't make sense in any way, shape, or form. Alright, and interestingly enough, we know for a fact that George Lucas, A, wanted to know what happened to Darth Vader's grandkids, not kids. B, he advocated for Kira Solo. Okay. And now we know that last spring, a year ago, he was on the set of Game of Thrones, talking to Benihoff and Weiss, which I find fascinating because I don't think that movie was talked about, or that trilogy, sorry, was even talked about or mentioned till last oh, look at the foal. There's a standardbred breeding farm here, and there are a bunch of new foals out in the field with their mommies. It's really cute. And you know me, I love horses, so, hey guys. Anyway, so he was on Game of Thrones set last spring. Benihoff and Weiss's trilogy wasn't mentioned till early last fall. So, I gotta tell y'all something. The changes at Lucasfilm have been going on for a long time. You know, you could basically follow the old Twitter account for Pablo Hidalgo and see that he went nuts about May 25th, about the same time Solo came out and crashed through the molten hot lava of the Earth's crust. We can see that things had already started to change. We do know for a fact that Iger couldn't find anybody to take over Lucasfilm. But then we also saw changes coming later. This winter, we saw the sudden departure of Carrie Hart. We saw other things going on. Now, what does all this mean? We keep getting told that someone else is actually running Lucasfilm. We keep getting told that there's somebody there basically making everything hop. We see the fact that Lucasfilm employees and their ancillaries in the shell section of the little echo chamber hive mind that they live in are using blockchains. We see that the other people who haven't blocked people that hate what's going on at Lucasfilm are behaving somewhat civilly on Twitter. Obviously, people have been pulled aside saying you can't do that. But with the departure of Carrie Hart, it looks to me like the story group is dead, that there's a restructuring. They never needed a story group. And that to me is just Kathleen Kennedy wanting her people at all levels to put her garbage out there. And we all know how well that's worked. It, to me, is just, it doesn't work for me. I mean, all right, the Star Wars Lucasfilm never needed a story group. And whoever is running Lucasfilm, I think I know who it is, never needed it, never wanted it. It was stupid. Okay, so this is what we've got. This is what we know. And I'm going to say this. Dave Filoni comes off as a good guy. We all love Clone Wars. But he was part of the killing of the EU. None of us really do like Pablo Hidalgo. He's a scumbag. And there's a lady walking down the middle of a damn street. Star Wars has the rule of 3. Streetwalkers, people who walk down the middle of the street to get their exercise. That's a rule of 3. Star Wars, the Sith have a rule of 2. When you're driving and you come on somebody who's either riding a bike in a narrow place or who's walking in the street, there will always be a third car involved. There'll always be a third entity involved. Normally it'd be a car. Person walking on the side will make it damn impossible for anybody to pass. And it's dangerous and stupid, and they shouldn't do that. But anyway, that's me being complaining and driving. But anyway, here's what we know. Filoni, who did have a lot to do with the butchering of the EU, you know, got the Clone Wars back up. Really, the only true canon are the movies and Clone Wars. I don't even look at Rebels as being canon. Rebels just is stupid. Resistance is you know, dumb too. At least Clone Wars, you could actually be an adult, watch it, and get something out of it. You know, so we know that Filoni is still there. He's behind the Mandalorian, which I'm not going to see because I frankly don't give a fuck. Pardon my French. You know, he's there now, directing, producing live action shows, so that's good. Oh giddy, we've got traffic and I gotta be there at noon. So anyway, we've got that going on. We know that they're doing a Cassian Andor TV show. Why? We know that at least those 2 things are going on in episode 9. Now, episode 9 is the only feature film they're doing, and I think they're not going to do any for a while. They keep saying it's the end of the Skywalkers, but then Proper Anna on Twitter said that there's toys coming out of a baby. You know, what worries me about this is this. For some reason, the marketing and the suits at Disney don't understand Star Wars at all. They don't understand what it's about. I don't think any of them could understand it. They go from what they think they know what the fans want, and they don't. So is this Baby Rey? Or is this some Reylo fucked up mess? I don't know. And it better fucking not be a Reylo thing, because the fans are gonna, I mean, they already are facing a boycott. But, you know, when you walk into a department store, go up into the clearance section where they've got everything they haven't been able to sell over the year, and you find Star Wars figures for $1.99, and they're all brand new characters. Rey, Poe, Finn, what's her face, Tico, General Hux, all these things, all these people, these characters, you know, what are you gonna do? And you know, are they still going to be doing that? Because I don't know a real Star Wars fan who grew up with it, who wants their kids to, oh, I gotta get this dog hair on this. Buford sheds everywhere. Anybody who grew up with it, anybody who has children who understands Star Wars, who's read the making of books of the movies, who's read the mythology, the Joseph Campbell stuff, you know, the mythology surrounding it, not just the mythology of Star Wars, but Greco-Roman mythology, Nordic mythology, all the rest of that stuff, you know, the Arthurian legends, all the things that make Star Wars and are the basis for it, like this garbage. You know, it's 50 Shades of Mommy porn. The fact that these people have basically, it looks to me, sold out to 50 Shades of Mommy porn and Twilight fanatics, sold out Star Wars to them if they do that. I've done a video on the disgusting and perverted, dirty, vile, isn't even the word I would use to describe Reylos. I mean, I've never seen anything so horrifying in my life. Okay? Now, did Disney sell out to them? I don't know, but we'll have to see. But, you know, we do know that Lucas is at least involved in both The Mandalorian and the Benihoff and Weiss trilogy. And that's good. Is he involved in episode 9? Yeah. From what I know, from what Craig at Reviews for You said, he has stated that Lucas has directed, written scenes for episode 9. I've also heard from other sources that he is advocating for Rey to be Cara Solo, and he's basically saying that he wanted to know what happened to Darth Vader's grandchildren, plural. So, you know, and the fact that, and I hate to say this because there are a lot of Mara Jade fans out there, he never supported Luke being a father, being a husband, and the reason why, I mean, he put her in the EU, and she exists there forever, but I think the reason why is because Luke was always supposed to be that Jedi who would betray the Order for attachments. And, you know, I kind of agree with him. Now, but what Disney has done to Luke, to Han, to Leia is absolute destruction of everything Lucas created, and we're left with this giant mess. And like I said in the previous videos, what about how J.J. Abrams made mistakes with TFA itself and mistakes with the characters Han, Leia, and Luke. My previous video today is about the mistakes he made with Luke in TFA. J.J. Abrams is as much to blame for the destruction of Star Wars itself as Kennedy. He's not the man to write it, to talk about it, to forward Lucas's vision. Iger and Disney's not really the platform to launch Star Wars unless they change. And it's not Star Wars that ever needed changing. It's Disney, okay? So anyway, this is Steph. I want to talk a little bit about this. You know, Rey Palpatine makes no sense. You know, if they want to bring the Emperor back in some sort of a clone form, that's fine. But why? But how is she a Palpatine then? You know, and it just, this is just stupid. It's not good storytelling. It's lazy. And it's also borrowing, mining from the EU again. All right. And it's a big fuck you to Han, Leia, and Luke. If she's not the granddaughter of Anakin Skywalker, with all the Skywalker and Solo imagery around her. And what's really funny is, like Leia, there's nothing but light around her. You know, the imagery of her being a Solo Skywalker is too strong. And if they actually do go ahead and, you know, give her a Palpatine ancestry, it's just, you know, you might as well have told George, we are throwing everything you built, this intellectual foundation, this cultural treasure, into a fire pit. And it basically reduces Disney to, and Kathleen Kennedy's Lucasfilm, into social justice and cultural Taliban. Okay, this is Steph signing out. See you around the galaxy, see you around the cantina. Please remember to tip those Wookiee bartenders 20%. And don't start any fights in the cantina, because you know what the Wookiees do. And I gotta pay for the damage. So see you around, scoundrels. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that. This is Steph. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for more content. And hit those like buttons, smash those like buttons. And please feel free to share. We share way here for the love of Star Wars. And also, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you next time. And remember, I'll see you around the galaxy, see you around the cantina. And be well, scoundrels, be well.